I'm back, baby. It's done. After School Special Podcast. But before that, before we get into it, I just gotta ask a question to our female listeners. Like, why do women wear fake eyelashes? Like, I know a comedian probably already covered this and is going to be probably funnier than I'm going to do it, but like, who the fuck started this trend? You know, like, I'm late on this, but I get why porn stars do it. You know, so when they get blasted in the face, they don't get blinded by the cum. You know, they're like cum catchers. Cum catchers? Cum catchers? Yeah, you know, I wonder, like, do they collect cum like Pokemon? Gotta catch them all. Oh, okay, that was a bad joke. And no research has been done, guys. Just good old-fashioned ignorance. Yeah, America. Anyway, plowing ahead. So are like the women, like, guys, instead of fake boobs, lips, and booty implants, how about longer eyelashes, guys? And the women are like, yeah, girl, get them. I don't know how women talk. I don't know. Obviously, right? But who's getting who here? The women don't give a shit about what we think. You guys are in competition with each other, so yeah. I don't even know why I fucking asked this fucking question. And the two women who probably actually listen to this are like, that's not funny, you're canceled. Actually, I'm lying. No women listen to this show. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, actually, a friend said something to me about this, and I thought it was a little funny. He said, hey man, you think... Oh, why the fuck am I talking like that? Oh, he's white. No, it's not Aaron. I have many white friend brethrens. Brethrens? Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he said, hey man, you think longer eyelashes signify WAP? I'm like, what? He said, yeah, like when men with big feet are supposed to have big penises. And, you know, maybe. I don't fucking know, man. You know, if women can wear wigs, fake eyelashes, and nails, I'm going to start wearing a LeBron James hairpiece and feet lifts. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. This is a great idea. So I can look like a goddamn ball player. Man, I miss my hair sometimes. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Are we canceled yet? Hopefully the guys will come back soon to save the goddamn show. But anyway, moving along. And I'm kidding about the eyelash. I'm a fucking moron. Back to the show. And the announcement. That's a good transition, Don. Anyway, the guys and I are pleased to fucking announce. We're pleased to announce we have a website. The AfterSchoolSpecialPodcast.com website. Now, what does that mean for us? And what does that mean for you? Well, I'm glad you asked. We finally have a page that connects all of our social media in one place. And in the near future, we're thinking about having blog posts and videos. So that means you won't have to scramble around all over the fucking internet for our content. You know, I kind of sounded like Suge Knight. All up in the videos. Anyway, you will be able to you'll be able to get all of our shit in one place. We set up for the first time also the ability for all you guys to support the show with the Buy Us a Coffee app. And you might be wondering, well, damn, man, is this going to change anything? Like if we give you guys some money and shit, like, is the episodes going to be free? Hell hell no, the episodes ain't gonna be free. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the episodes are still gonna be fucking free. But finally, with you guys' support, we'll be able to afford merchandise for you guys, like shirts and hats and coffee mugs and dildos. I don't know what the fuck you guys want. But that also means better equipment and maybe, just maybe, high profile guests of the show. Like, I don't fucking know, like Mega the Stallion or goddamn Lucy Liu. I don't know. No, they would never come on this goddamn show. And you know what? I don't blame them. Anyway, and of course, like you can always do, subscribe to our show. We're all on the major platforms, and listen to the regular you can still listen to the regular show for free. And thanks again so far for supporting the show just by listening to us. And again, the website is afterschoolspecialpodcast.com. So anyways, are you guys looking forward to the weekend like I am? You know, before I started this podcast, I was like, guys, we shouldn't talk about our fucking selves or the weekend. I just want to talk about nostalgia and jacking off about our childhood dreams. But fuck it. I'm the only one here. And I've been enjoying this Michigan weather lately. But the people here in Michigan, we kind of rave about the fucking four seasons just a little bit too much. I mean, I could do without two of the seasons. You know, like, just give me a splash of spring and fall, and I'm good. And the rest you can fucking have. Actually, that kind of sounded like I was ordering like a fucking cocktail. Hey man, just give me a splash of summer and 2 olives. I mean, the summer is way too fucking hot now, thanks to global warming. I remember the weather in Michigan would get down to like the fucking 50s in September, and now it's like the fucking upper 70s until mid-October. You know? This fucking week, I got attacked by some goddamn bees in October. And I fucking literally screamed out like fucking, what's that chick's name? Fucking Scream. The fucking movie is Scream. Naomi Campbell. Yeah, I screamed out, "What do you want from me?" I don't know who I was screaming to. Maybe it was Mother Nature. Maybe it was the bees. But really, I actually said, when I got stung, I was like, Jesus, you guys ever fucking take a day off? But who fucking cares? Nobody cares. If I complain, nobody gives a fuck. But summer you can fucking have, and the winter you can fucking have. Like, forget about it. Like, who the fuck likes shoveling snow? Like, life is already hard enough, and now I gotta shovel. Fuck out of here. But otherwise, Michigan is a beautiful place. But this weekend, it's going to be great, though. I talk shit about the holidays, but I love watching scary movies around Halloween. You know what? It reminds me of when I was a kid. Like, the idea of ghosts and Freddy Krueger, it really scared the hell out of me back then. You know, like when your imagination of the worst thing that could happen to you was produced by Hollywood. Now all you gotta do is turn on the news and god damn, there's a scary movie on every night. And now that I'm an old man, I know exactly what I should be afraid of. The government, heart disease, invisible viruses, liberals, conservatives, white people, black people. It's so much to choose from. It's like a scary orgy. They should make a goddamn horror film about not being able to pay your bills on time. But well, maybe that's too goddamn real. And by the way, in case you missed it, we did do a Halloween episode earlier this season. It's called Halloween Pumpkin Spice. Check out that episode. For the new listeners, it's always good to check out our earlier episodes and see how how little we've changed and matured as grown men. I'm fucking around. I'm speaking for myself, guys. But like I've been saying, man, I'm such a fucking old man now. I enjoy being at home. When the pandemic happened, it didn't faze me at all. When everybody had to stay home and do all that shit to survive, it was a fucking breeze. You know, fuck it. Forget about it. It was the goddamn best. Outside of people dying. Okay, that was a drawback. I ain't gonna lie. That sucked. Rest in peace, Jerome. Anyway. Great take, Don. You know, I talk a lot of shit. But if I was single during this pandemic and I wasn't able to go out on the weekends and hit on women who didn't want me, this would have been brutal. Fucking brutal. Because, you know, it's all about the at-bats and not the hits. Oh, God. Was that a sports reference that nobody got, probably, who listens to this show? Yeah, we get it. Don, we get it. It's a fucking sports reference. Move on. But anyway, I remember when I got out of a fucking long relationship a long time ago. And the first thing I did was hop right into the fucking club scene. And needless to say, long pussyless nights, because clubs are not a good place to find relationships and really to even bang one out anymore. But back in those days, I was just getting into my band, and I don't know what it is. It's like joining a fucking club or a cult or whatever. You take that everywhere with you in life, just like joining a church and just like really getting into it. You know, you start wearing Jesus chains and, you know, start drawing fish with your name and shit like that. So it was the same thing with me when I joined a band. You know, it wasn't just fucking, I'm going to wear this type of clothes and act this way when I'm on stage. It's like, no, I have to live this fucking life. And by doing so, I cock-blocked myself, ladies and gentlemen. I basically looked like a fucking hippie in the clubs. Or I looked like I was like a punk rocker. Not even kind of. Torn jeans, the fucking Converse, and the Chucks. In a goddamn club, man. I didn't dance. I ain't talked to no women. And like I said, no pussy. But that's okay. That's okay. Not really. But anyway, moving along. We got another Lost episode coming up, guys. This is the season finale. After this, like I said, we're going to do more improvements to the website, afterschoolspecialpodcast.com. Look for us on the Buy Me a Coffee app. I believe our username is AfterSchoolSPE3 on that. So if you just want to directly, you know, blindly give us money on that, you can. You don't even have to go to the website. Just go there. I mean, we're like fucking panhandlers out here with our hands out. Or if you're me, with your dick out. But that's okay. AfterSchoolSpecialPodcast.com. Once again, another special Lost episode is coming up in the future. The guys, we are excited to bring you more episodes. I don't know if we're going to stick to the season format, but who the fuck knows? The sky's the limit! But anyway, that's it for my bad takes, bad jokes, and enjoy the next episode, guys. This is Don. This is Double D. Oh, also, we have a newsletter. So if you go on the site, at the bottom of the page, you'll be able to sign up for our newsletter. And we'll get back to you in pretty fast, because we have no life. At least I don't. obviously the guys do because they're not here. But anyway, that's it. Enjoy your fucking weekend. Enjoy your life. After School Special Podcast. Woo! Is anyone going to watch the debates tonight?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely
no, it's gonna be
not.
a shit show.
Yeah, I'm not
It's gonna be a
John,
shit
you're
show.
not?
I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass off.
because I got homework to do, and I got other shit I could do. I could
Yeah.
just be, I could masturbate during that time.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
So yes, that is kind of dark. We're living in dark times, but there were also dark times when we were kids. And the shows that we watched, some of the series finales. Originally, we were going to do cliffhangers. No, not the great Sylvester Stallone film and John Lithgow film, but cliffhangers as like a show's season finale and cut off in a sense. With these, I realized that you really can't do cliffhangers with these ones. These were just canceled right after they did a cliffhanger for the most part, or they were
Yes.
really dark endings.
Yes, and I have a list as well of good series of some pretty good shows, some known, some aren't.
Before
that-
we start, to anybody who's listening, spoiler alert, just in case nobody's ever seen these shows.
Oh yeah. Let's
Oh
go
no,
ahead
fuck
and do
that shit.
So
Or
If
spoil
they haven't
all
seen
you
it.
want, Aaron.
So this list is not a list that's made up by me. This is a list that was made up on a site called Ranker.com. And the first one on the list is what we were talking about before we start recording, Dinosaurs. And Dinosaurs was a show that was produced by the Jim Henson Company. It was literally his final gift to the world before he passed away in the 90s. And the show focused on a family of animatronic dinosaurs and was pretty much like a blue collar. So I would say it was like Jurassic Park and Roseanne mixed together.
Yeah.
I was gonna, Jurassic
Yeah.
Park or even Family Matters
Or
with
Family Matters. Yeah.
just the popularity of the baby character and then Steve
yeah.
Urkel.
Absolutely. So what ends up happening on this particular series is everyone dies at the end. So
Well, damn.
so it premiered in 1991, and you get attached to everybody in the series because you have the boss that's on there, Earl, his friends, Robbie, the daughter, the mom. You get attached to everybody. And they didn't just, it was a funny show, but it also covered a lot of like racial stuff and serious things you would find in another sitcom. But Dinosaurs did it in a way because it was dinosaurs. So what ends up happening on the final series is that Earl, the Sinclair family's Megalosaurus patriarch, works for the We Say So Corporation. While the company is well-intentioned, its work inadvertently messes with the laws of nature and brings about the ice age that none of the dinosaurs can survive. The final shot of the series is the family sitting nervously in front of the TV, their house covered in snow, hoping desperately that the news will provide them with some reassurance. Instead, an anchor, Howard Hand Up Me, because he's a puppet, solemnly bids them goodbye, at which point the screen fades to black. Now, as a kid,
Damn.
you probably just would have been extremely depressed. So that is
I remember what we did. We were all looking at each other as like, wait, what?
yeah.
And that was it. It was like the sadness that came over and then now as a father, I'm imagining myself, like in that situation where the dad doesn't know what's going to happen and he
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
console his kids. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It is very fucked. And try being raised basically like an only child, and I'm the only one watching this shit. I had nobody to like. What the hell did that mean? It was just like, oh, well, damn.
I never saw it. I never saw it as a kid, but I watched it later on YouTube just to get a glimpse of it. It was very depressing because the boss, I forget his name.
He's played by Sherman Hemsley.
Sherman
right?
Hemsley, yeah. The boss kept pushing, like, hey, it'll fix itself. Like our climate deniers of today, he was like, hey, it'll fix itself. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. So what they did was they ended up killing a plant that this beetle was eating, and it pretty much was the circle of life. You kill one thing, the other things in the circle can adapt, and they then tried to cause it to rain by doing something to a volcano that not only not caused it to rain, it caused a nuclear winter. I forget the full premise, but pretty much.
Well, I actually have it here.
Yeah. What exactly
it's-
happened?
Before you go, Aaron,
So-
I had a question for John. Did they allude to this in any of the episodes or any of the seasons leading up to this? I can't
I
remember.
don't think so, man.
No, they didn't allude to this, but you got the idea of what a corporation was. And Jim Henson's team and Jim Henson himself were pretty big on social awareness, and they had a way of addressing it in these series without being too controversial. Like right now, if you were to do a show like that right now, somebody would, some right nut somewhere would just have a fit like, oh, they're against big business, da 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 da. When in actuality,
Communists.
Socialists.
yeah. So
Antifa.
so this is crazy, and it ran from 91 to 94. So around that time, we really didn't have too much to worry about. At least I didn't think we did, So
Well, here, this is actually the whole story. The mass extinction is set into motion when a plastic fruit factory is built on top of the breeding ground of a beetle that keeps an aggressive plant species called the cider poppy in check.
Yeah.
The beetles die off. The plant grows wildly out of control, and Earl's company puts him on the task force that decides the solution to spray Pangea with chemicals that will kill off those pesky vines. Instead, the pesticides kill off all plant life, which is the world's food supply, and the task force responds by trying to create rain clouds by dropping bombs into volcanoes that accidentally triggers an ice age that looms as the episode ends with the frightened Sinclairs bracing for a chilly oblivion.
Jesus.
yeah.
Does anybody? I was always interested as a kid. What kind of dinosaurs were the Sinclairs? Does anybody know?
Well, the dad was a Megalosaurus.
Yeah,
They were
definitely.
They were all different dinos, but I remember watching the behind the scenes. They didn't put any consideration into making them like
Except for, oh, sorry, I was gonna say Sinclair. His buddy, though, they said that he was a T-Rex, and then his boss was a Triceratops. But the family itself was there was no distinction,
right.
other than the father.
Yeah, because the grandmother on there, y'all remember the grandmother who was in the
Yes.
wheelchair? The grandmother was actually going to be a pterodactyl. That was going to be the wife's mother, was going to be a pterodactyl, where she hung up in the closet like a bat. So she would have all the shawls and stuff hanging off of her with the pearls, and
Jesus.
her little gimmick was going to be in the closet, like one of those, like a bat. Or
That would have
something.
been
But-
really funny.
Yeah, but they ended up not going that way, and they ended up going with her being a whatever she was in a wheelchair. So I like the grandma and the baby, to be honest. Like those were probably
Like
my
the
favorite
best?
characters. Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say the best. I think the best character on there was in what are we talking about? Like as far as family?
Well, who
or
did you
a fan
identify
favorite?
with when you were a kid? Like Aaron, who did you identify with? I think I like the baby the most.
Yeah.
I like the T-Rex friend, and then also the Triceratops boss.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sherman
That was a
Hamill,
little-
yeah.
yeah.
Who was a carnivore?
Yep. Which, that made no sense.
Yeah, he was.
So
a
he ate all
carnivore.
those people.
Yeah, I remember when he got high. You remember that episode when
No.
the boss got high? Dude, he was singing Jimi Hendrix "Purple Haze," and he had on like tie dye, and it's Sherman Hemsley in essence just singing "Purple Haze," and he has on the boss has on these purple glasses, and he's just like "Purple Haze all in my mind." Like it's just so
Oh,
funny.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I couldn't find these episodes. Every time I tried to look them up, you had to pay for them. So I'm cheap. I like the hell with it.
no, I don't blame you. Dude.
I'll just
It
try
might
to
come
go
on
off
Disney
memory.
Plus. You don't have Disney Plus, do you?
I do have Disney Plus. I put
It
in.
might be on there.
I put it.
It
in,
actually, it's
that's what
not.
she said. No, I
Oh.
put in dinosaurs and it didn't show up.
That's weird
shit.
because that's an ABC thing. So
Hulu.
Hulu might have it.
I tried Hulu.
Yeah. They did. I know they had it for Wait, we did look it up. I thought it was Hulu. Anyways,
I tried Mighty Max 2, which we're going to talk about later. But yeah, just
well, actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you want to go on your list, John, because
Oh, yeah.
otherwise
yeah,
I can.
So let's
continue on.
keep going. So number 2 is Alf, and I didn't even think of Alf.
me either.
Alf is abducted by the government agents and probably dissected. That happened in the last episode of Alf, but they did a movie to kind of fix what happened. So Alf ran from 1986 to 1990, and it had 102 episodes. While this is definitely a solid run, the series' dark final episode suggests that Alf was meant to continue even longer. In the episode Consider Me Gone, ends with when the friendly alien is captured by a mysterious government agent who'd been keeping tabs on his every move. To make matters worse, it is implied that the plan to probe and dissect the poor guy in some underground lab. The fans had to wait 6 years to learn Alf's true face because they came out with a TV movie or a movie or something
What,
like that.
96? I didn't. Wow.
Yeah. So let me see real quick. Yeah, Project Alf, which was a 1996 made-for-TV movie, kind of helped to put to rest what happened to Alf. But dude, I remember Alf because
You do remember
funny-
Al, or you don't?
I remember Alf. Because
I don't remember that ending,
My
though.
dad was like, "That's not a show for kids," but it turned out to be funny because it had like Alf was growing up with those kids, and I always wanted to know. I thought that was a walking puppet, but that was a little person in a costume when they did the.
Oh, no
the-
shit.
Yeah, it was a little person in a costume for the scene where he's walking to the family and they're taking a picture. So, yeah, and I think the guy who made Alf, they did a documentary on him or a TV or a movie with Ben Stiller. He was like crazy, right? Or has some
No,
mental
I
stuff
don't
going
know.
on.
You
I
think, you think we
actually
have that
don't-
knowledge in our back pocket, John? Like, oh,
I don't
yeah.
have. Well, I like Alf wise. I actually never watched
Aaron
Alf.
You
brought it
never
up in-
watched
Aaron
Alf?
brought it. Aaron brought
Oh
it up
my
in
God.
class. That's why I remember that. That you brought it up. That the guy who came up with Alf had a mental illness or something like.
Jesus,
He may have
man.
had like a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
I had like little pockets of random ass shit that I'd say all the time, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Leave it
a
to John to
possibility.
remember that shit because
Oh, yeah,
Holy
dude.
fuck,
I
yeah.
remember
you
that
guys
stuff.
bring up shit that happened 10 years ago that I did and I can't
This-
remember.
Here's another one. Here's another
Tequila.
one that's like on the fringe, but it's not a kid show. But maybe you watched it like waiting for cartoons to come on. Little House on the Prairie. That
I
one
did.
had a messed up ending. I watched Little House on the Prairie too.
Well, they just blow up the whole fucking town.
Well, that's funny.
Is that what
The
happened?
the
See, I didn't
entire
see the
town
whole
was blown-
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the way it ended. The entire town is
Damn.
blown up in Little House on the Prairie.
Why?
I'm
They
about
didn't want to
tell
sell
you.
that shit. They were just like, fuck that.
So set in the 1870s in rural Minnesota, Little House on the Prairie tells of the quiet, wholesome tale of the farming community and focuses particularly on the daily lives of the Ingle family. From 1974, it aired between 1974 and 1982. The show appealed predominantly to young girls. Well, those young fans must have been pretty depressed after they watched the show's finale. The Last Farewell. When the townfolk learn the property mogul Nathan Lasseter has bought up the huge plot of homesteading land, they try their darndest to fight back. However, their resistance is futile when it becomes clear that they are fighting a losing battle. They are forced to take more drastic measures. When Lasseter arrives in town, he finds it totally destroyed and devoid of human life. Wow, dude.
Devoid of human life? Like they killed
Yeah.
killed themselves?
I don't know, man. Like they all did like
Holy
seppuku.
shit!
Group seppuku.
What was that shit? And damn, this happened in real life where that
Jonestown, where they drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
The guy had a tragedy.
my
Holy
God.
fuck, yeah.
I gotta rewatch that. I remember an
Yeah.
episode that one of the daughters went blind. I think I remember
Yeah.
that. That was
They
kind of
had-
fucked up.
It was pretty interesting because they had a Little House on the Prairie. I never seen too many black dudes, but it was a black guy on there too. And it was the
Earl?
same thing with the Waltons too. Like they had a black dude on there. I'm like, really?
Oh,
Like,
so that's why they blew up the neighborhood. They just, oh, his ass. Okay, blow this bullshit up.
yeah. He was just like, well, you know what? Fuck
But
all
the
this
main
shit.
guy was in not Seven Heaven.
Michael Landon was
That was
Stairway
my
to
guy.
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. Did you watch that show?
Michael Langdon.
Michael
Landon?
Landon.
Yeah.
Landon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
No, my mom, she loved him. I
Yeah.
never watched any of that shit.
I mean, I heard the dude was like one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. I don't know, but
I didn't have cable as a kid, so a lot of those shows I had no choice but to watch until
Yeah.
cartoons came on. So
now that I'm an adult and I don't have as much free time, I miss those times where I'm able to, when growing up, where there was no cable and you could just watch.
yeah, it's
Satellite
not the
TV
same
or
when you binge on
antenna TV.
Netflix. It's just not the same.
No, it's not. It's not.
because you're in
Like,
control.
Yeah, it was so much different growing up because you had to wait for the sitcoms to go off before the cartoons would come on. I remember leaving school, and I would have to wait for All in the Family to go off before Gargoyles would come on
Yep.
at 3:00.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Did you grow up with cable, Aaron? Were you that spoiled kid?
Yes, I was.
Bitch, I knew it. When Aaron goes silent, I'm like, all right, he.
No. Well, hey, you can't. You
I'm
can't
a
berate
hater.
me for being cable ready, bud.
You know, I have this theory: kids that grew up with cable have less of imagination than the kids that didn't have
That's
cable.
interesting, yeah.
Because
No, I think that's
when I
true.
didn't have
I think that's
cable, I
really
was
true.
playing with a lot of toys and video
Oh, dude,
games and shit,
Same here, man. Same here. Like,
and waiting
I
for
remember-
the show that I wanted to see. So,
I remember Disney.
You think you're better than me?
yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying, Aaron. I had to
Izzy
make
and
up
Mom.
for being poor, Aaron, but no, we wanted cable. I wanted cable. I would
I didn't
usually
ask
go.
to be born, Don.
What'd you
I
say?
said
You didn't
have
ask to be born? Oh,
So
Jesus.
let's get
You need a
so the
hug.
next one, number 4. This is an episode that I didn't really watch, but it's included on the list. Beast Boy is forced to forget about the love of his life in Teen Titans. So, did you guys ever watch Teen Titans on
No.
Cartoon Network?
No.
Well, I'll make this one brief. The series went from 2003 to 2006, and it had the combination of near perfect balance of grit and levity during 5 seasons. Though the feature-length Trouble in Tokyo was later created to tie up loose ends, the show original series finale was a half-hour special. Things changed. At the start of the episode, the Titans return to their hometown only to discover that all their favorite shops have been closed down. The plot thickens when Tara, Beast Boy's sometimes girlfriend, who turns into a statue in Season 2, abruptly reappears. However, she has no memory of her past life with the Titans or a relationship with Beast Boy. Her apparent amnesia bothers Beast Boy to no end, and he goes to great lengths to try and jog her memory. Unfortunately, none of his efforts prove fruitful, and the new Tara actually begins avoiding him. Beast Boy loses his grip and begins frequenting the places he and Tara used to visit on dates, hoping desperately that he'll run into her. Instead, he comes face to face with a robotic doppelganger of the Titan's arch enemy, Slade. As Beast Boy and Slade duke it out in the Hall of Mirrors, the villain explains that he has nothing to do with Tara's reappearance, and that it's really Beast Boy who's hurting her by refusing to move on with his life. After taking down the robot, Beast Boy tries one final time to remind Tara of who she used to be. His ploy fails, and she tells him that things change, and that the Tara he remembers is just a memory. The two are separated by a crowd of people, at which point the series ends.
Damn.
Oh, go! No, we're reading this. Yeah, it's
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, so
Special guest.
yeah. Here, man, here. Don't tell Mom I gave these to you. All right.
It's almost Halloween, man.
Yeah.
Give the kid a
Dude, well-
treat. Jeez.
Our HOA gave them to my wife to pass out to kids, and I've been just killing myself on it. There's not going to be anything left by the time Halloween gets here.
Well, we got 2 more weeks as of
Halloween's
this show.
canceled, man.
Oh,
Ha-
no. Yeah,
Who
well,
canceled Halloween?
No.
What are you talking
Millennials?
about? No one's doing it.
Yeah, with COVID.
We're having a party for the
Yeah.
kids.
What are you talking
Annie
about,
and
man? We're going to have mass immunity because everybody's going to get this and beat it because we're all
Well,
strong and we're
you know,
Americans,
my-
right?
My
I make America great again, right?
Yeah.
I'll say this: my church is probably doing one of the smartest things. They're doing a trunk or treat where they're just going to have candy in the back of the cars and have everybody line up and get the candy and leave.
Pop the trunk.
Yep.
Shit, that's actually a pretty good idea.
I'm gonna do that and play tequila on the radio while I'm singing.
Jesus.
Hell, why stop there? Drink it.
Yeah, drink it, have the song playing in the background, wear some short shorts and a Hawaiian shirt.
John, you actually can do that.
That's funny, dude. That's funny because for Halloween, my neighbor had a. It's so funny you said that because my neighbor had a costume party for his birthday. And I had on a Hawaiian shirt and short shorts. I went as Elvis from Blue Hawaii.
Wait a minute.
Funny.
Okay, staff.
Yeah.
Like, staff.
Yeah, man. Well, it was.
Okay, we're
60s,
speaking
it
black
was a
man to
60s
black
theme
man.
party.
Did anybody at the party know who you were?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I had
Get
a
the
guitar.
fuck out. I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
had the
like
guitar,
make your
I had
face
the
look
guitar,
kind of like
and
Elvis?
I had the wig too, the Elvis wig. And the
Okay.
guitar.
Oh, I would have been like, "Are you James Brown?"
Yeah, I know.
One dude,
That
did
one
say
dude's-
that. One dude did say that. He's like, "You ain't James Brown." I was like, "When have you ever seen James Brown in a Hawaiian shirt?" And he died laughing. But yeah,
How
dude.
many black men have you seen in a Hawaiian
Yeah,
shirt?
yeah.
You know what? Before you said Elvis, I was thinking, oh, Jack Tripper. Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. Well, you know what's funny, dude? Like, I was unsure if I wanted to go as that, but my spouse was gonna go as Anne Margaret, so I said, why not? So,
Wow. Old
We ended
ass
up doing that.
character
Yeah.
costumes.
oh, dude, after I thought about it, I was like, man, I could have went as Chuck Berry, I could have did anybody else, but I would have had to get a suit, and I don't like wearing suits.
Well, you could do like Chuck Berry and have like a whoopee cushion next to you and just blow it in your face all the time. Didn't he like farts in his face?
Did you hear that video?
Yeah.
Hey, man,
face.
not to get off subject, but Chuck Berry was a motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
He got away with a lot of shit that he could not have gotten away with
yeah.
today.
If you've ever seen the movie Cadillac Records, boy.
Oh, I did.
He was something else, dude.
And that was a PG version of him. That was
Yeah.
That was PG,
Okay.
bro.
Jesus Christ.
So let's keep going. Number 5 is I don't know if you guys know this series. I remember watching it on Fox. It was called Mantis. M.A.N.
Holy fuck, yeah.
Vaguely.
Mantis
Was that in the
about
90s?
this- yes, black superhero who ends up becoming paraplegic, and he wears a cybernetic outfit, and he becomes this vigilante.
I do kind of remember this shit. And
I
it
remember
just,
Now,
it just
mind you,
came
I'm
and
not
went.
gonna I'm not going to go too far off the beaten trail, but Sam Raimi also did another series that came out around this time, The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. That
Great
was the-
fucking show.
Is it?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I
was
know
wondering
that.
when
I
saw
know that name.
Yeah, the adventure that was like weird westerns where it was like technology and stuff that wouldn't exist around that time at that time.
Yeah.
His horse's name was Comet.
Yep,
His horse
Bruce
was like
Campbell.
super smart. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, played Briscoe County.
live action?
It was
Yes,
right
live
before.
action.
Yep, it was right before Lois and Clark.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
Okay,
I never
so-
got into that show.
So here it is. The hero.
You're better off.
The hero is killed and buried in an unmarked grave in Mantis. Before horror director Sam Raimi took on Spider-Man, he championed the world's first live-action African-American superhero in 1994.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
The delightful weird Mantis follows the adventures of the titular hero who fights crime in an exoskeleton after a stray bullet paralyzes him from the waist down. The show ends, however, in a not so delightful way. In the episode Ghost of the Ice, Mantis tussles with an invisible dinosaur that threatens to wreak havoc on the humanity. While the premise sounds pretty ridiculous, all comedy is cast aside when Mantis is forced to blow himself and his love
Yeah.
interest up to eliminate the
Hi-yo.
creature. After he sacrificed himself, the only thing his grieving sidekick can do is bury him in an unmarked grave. So here's Mantis. This is what he looked like.
Oh, I
He
just
almost-
showed him.
Yeah, he just showed Don just showed me a picture, but
Yeah,
the
I remember
goggles and
that.
everything. I
Almost look
remember
like
him.
almost look like Kamen Rider or the Masked Rider that Raimi did or Saban did. Y'all remember
Wait,
that?
he was in the wheelchair while he
That's
was
what
being
I was thinking. Like,
vigilante?
wait a minute, I don't remember that.
No. This.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so.
That's funny, Aaron.
Kinda. It's like what's his name? Damon Wayans in Living Color.
I was gonna
Handicap
say
Man?
that. Handicap Man. I was thinking Wheels from a earlier episode we did.
Burger King
Burger-
Kids Club.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wheels.
yeah, Wheels. Dude,
That's
you
what I
know
was thinking.
Man? In Living Color, could not do the skits then.
Hell no.
Now.
Oh, dude, it is-
Handicap Man, or what was the homeless dude's name that he did?
Oh, I know what you're
Oh
talking
shit!
about.
Yeah, well, Damon Wayans did. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did that homeless guy. I can't remember his name.
Or the him and
Clown.
Yeah, Homie the Clown. You couldn't do that,
Yeah.
and you couldn't do what was him and Dag when they did the two snaps.
Oh yeah.
The critics, they couldn't do that now.
Nope, you couldn't.
No. So, okay, number 6. Now, this will date you if you don't know it. Gnomes knowingly travel to their death in the world of David the Gnome. Do you
I
guys
was talking to
remember that
Annie
show?
about this. Yeah, I was talking to. I saw that because I
Yeah.
used to love that show. Actually, I'm debating on whether or not to get a tattoo of David the Gnome.
Dude, David the Gnome was good. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Well, I was
That
gonna get it like on my ass, so he's like heading towards like my asshole to bury himself.
Oh, Jack.
No.
No. Anybody know?
What show is
takers?
this? Okay, I'm just.
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome ran in the 90s and 2000s. It was created in 1986.
No.
It
John,
was
I'm
pretty-
surprised you know about it because that's like a vanilla bean
Yeah, I
white
love
person
David the
shit.
Gnome.
Never.
Okay,
Never
so-
seen this.
So David the Gnome came on Nick Jr. when they had face.
Oh, cable. Okay.
Like, so it came on there. So I like David the Gnome. Like, dude, okay, so that time in my life was probably the best time of my life because my grandparents lived next door. They had cable.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't. I would go over there. I could watch Nick Jr. I could watch everything that.
That's how
my
I
little
watch
heart
cable.
desired, man. Like Tiny Toon Adventures, Gullah Gullah Island, all that stuff. Man, that was the best early Nick.
Gullah Gullah Island? Wasn't that just like that lizard that just kept saying Gullah Gullah?
No, that
all the
was
time?
Binya Binya Pollywog.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's funny you said that, John, because as a kid, I usually hated leaving my neighborhood because
Yeah.
all my toys and friends was there.
Yeah.
So when I had to go to my grandma's house, the only silver lining, and this sounds bad, but as a kid, it was like, well, at least she has cable. Because that was
Yes.
like the only fucking time I
Yes.
could watch cable was going
Yeah.
over there.
It's, dude, early cable, if you guys remember, was the gray box with the three
Yes.
buttons on top and the little black screen with the red dot. And that's back when they had MTV was good and they played fucking music.
Don't forget the
TRL
box.
Live.
The
Yep.
box.
The box, TRL
that's
Live.
Was that a Detroit thing, the box?
The box was, I don't know.
Aaron, do you know
guys
about the
remember,
box?
I don't think I know about the box. Like when we went to go visit my grandma, she had a black box, so she
Yeah.
got all the pay-per-view
No, it was a
channels.
channel.
She got
No,
HBO.
it was a channel called The Box.
I think that was.
Oh
I think it
no,
was a Michigan thing.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
think
guys
it
remember
was.
MTV Liquid Animation,
the Liquid Television. Yeah.
Liquid Television. So yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
was-
Beavis and
that-
Butthead, The Max,
dude,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Ian
yeah.
Flux.
Yeah.
You gotta remember,
Actually, I
John, I,
was
can
like-
only probably see cable maybe once a month when we would go to my grandma's
Yeah,
house.
I would go over there. My granddad didn't like us just using the cable and be like, go outside and play. But we'd be sitting there watching TV all the time. Like different cartoons. Like you had shows that really were funny. Salute Your Shorts. Hey Dude. Like it was funny stuff going on at that time.
What was that?
But
That show. It's kind of like a talk show, but it was for kids. It was like
oh, you talking about
where
are
they
you talking
slime
about-
you. They fucking slime you if you get the damn
Oh,
answer wrong.
you're talking about not Double Dare. Not
Yeah.
Double
No,
Dare.
I think you're
Isn't it?
getting stuff. You're getting stuff mixed up. It's
am.
it was a variety show. It was a variety show. You can't do that on TV or something. That was the one show where you got slime, where they first started doing slime.
that's not Double Dare?
And then Well, no, you could get slimed on Double Dare. It's there's fucking slime all over the place in Nickelodeon in those days.
Yeah. What was it?
But there was a news thing that did happen on Sundays where it was like a bunch of kids around a woman that probably very well. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get canceled.
Wait, what, hon? Aaron?
Nothing.
Okay.
Continue.
That was Nick News with, I know that lady's name. Nick News with freaking, never mind.
Who remembers
I know
the
who it
news?
is,
I
though.
don't remember that shit. I remember the few times I went to my grandma's house. I would see Double Dare. I would see, was that Pete and Pete? But was that Nick?
Yeah.
Was that Nick? Okay.
Yeah.
And Beavis and Butthead. That was my shit.
Nick News with Linda Ellerby. That's who it
I don't
was.
remember that.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
I used to watch that shit.
I
Alright,
got
so-
cable probably when 8th grade or 9th grade. So yeah, I got
Yeah.
it pretty late.
Yeah.
Pretty late.
So, hey,
Are we 5 on the list? Was that it? I didn't have that
yeah,
gnome
so we're
shit on my list.
Number 6. All right, so David the Gnome. The show follows a married couple, David and Lisa, who look after the inhabitants of the forest which they reside. They are dutiful caretakers for centuries, as gnomes can live up to 400 years, but not a year longer. David and Lisa are both aware of their own mortality and end up reaching 399. They decide to make one final trip to the mountains beyond to cross over peacefully to the other side. That's how it ended. Just with David
Yep.
and his wife
Damn.
and the fox.
They become a tree.
Yeah, that's how it ended. Because the
Yep.
fox's name was Kit. So,
Kit?
yeah.
Yeah, and then it howled like a wolf, and I'm like, that's a goddamn fox. Foxes
Yeah.
don't howl.
I know,
As a
right?
child, I said that.
So number
yeah.
7 is one that we can all remember. Not everyone can be saved. Superman the animated series. So this was the one that came out in the early 90s with Tim Daly was the voice of Superman. You might
Yep.
know him as the older brother from Wings,
Yep.
which was a good show. Wings was a fantastic show. It ended too early, in my opinion, but that's
Aaron, you're laughing like me. Like who the
No,
fuck?
it's a wing. I used to watch that with my
Really?
mom.
I did
Wings
Yeah.
was
not.
good, man.
Tony Shalhoub.
Tim Daly and Steven Weber were probably the best TV duo at that time.
And
I know
Tony
the guy
Shalhoub,
from Monk is in
got
it.
his start there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
The guy from
Yeah.
Monk.
He
Yeah.
played like a bulky character, I think.
I remember
Something
him.
like
He
that.
was like
It
a
was
taxi driver on there, right?
Yeah, he was a taxi driver on there. And
It was
then-
basically Taxi.
that's
for-
all it was.
for
Oh
planes.
yeah, yeah. It was.
But it had a spin. It had shows where the characters from Cheers would fly out of Sandpiper Airline. Because I
Yeah.
remember Norm and who else came
Frasier.
there? Frasier came there.
Lila.
It was a few
Now I
people flew
now
out
I
of
sound
Sandpiper.
old.
Yeah. So we're old, dude. Let's
I
just.
guess we are. We
we're old.
just
man.
like those gnomes crossing over. Yeah, we just crossed over to Odom. Odom.
All right. So, following the footsteps of Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series was filled with maturity and depth, but
Yes, it
usually
was.
managed to wrap plot lines up in a light, optimistic manner, which it did. But Legacy, the series' two-part conclusion, featured Darkseid being characteristically cruel. After brainwashing Superman into believing that he's a villain, Darkseid sends the Kryptonian to destroy Earth. Though an intervention staged by Lex Luthor snaps him out of it, Superman ends up as a fugitive and is forced to run from the military. To make matters worse, Darkseid enslaved people chose to save their leader after Superman liberates them. I remember that because he beat the hell out of Darkseid, and what ended up happening was Darkseid was like, you may be a god, but to them I'm their king or something like that, and the people rescued him. So,
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
yeah,
more or less.
And then what ends up happening is Lois tells Clark is like, I've lost the American people's trust. And she's like, how can I gain it back? And she says, one person at a time. And that's how it ends with that. And
Damn, I don't remember that.
Dude, him and I like Batman the animated series. But
You're
I
about to
liked
say what I'm thinking too.
Superman the animated series. I liked that dynamic between
Yeah.
him and Darkseid. Like Darkseid used to just give him hell, man. Like,
And I was thinking, I'm a huge, still to this day, a Batman fan, but
Yeah.
looking back on it, that cartoon was better than the Batman animated
Oh yeah,
series.
yeah. I remember.
I'd
do you
have to
remember
disagree.
Do you remember the episode when Caliban?
Oh, that's a whole nother show, Aaron. But
Do you guys remember the episode when Caliban, Darkseid's son, comes to Earth to fight Superman?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Superman. So Pa Kent tries to go toe to toe with Caliban, and somehow he survives because he ends up getting beat up, but not to the point where he dies. But Superman comes, beats the hell out of Caliban. Darkseid takes a boom tube to Earth. Omega blasts Caliban back to Apocalypse, and Superman's getting ready to just power punch Darkseid, and Darkseid just stares at him and does the Omega death, and he said, "You and me, yeah." He's like, "Me and you, we'll battle soon, but today is not the day." Like, he just owned Clark for a little bit. I was just like, wow. So,
well, Batman, I
always liked
remember, not to get off subject, it came off the heels of those 2 live action movies, Batman.
Yes.
So I was all in.
yeah,
And when Superman came out, I kind of rejected it as a kid.
yes,
But
yeah.
right when Batman, morphed into Justice League, I started to
Yeah.
watch more Superman shows, and it was like, damn, this is
I-
good, man.
As I've gotten older, I've have a whole new appreciation for Batman. I always liked Batman because I like the darkness.
Yeah.
And the tragedy of his life. But if you really look at it, man, he's extremely insane.
Oh,
he's
he is.
extremely insane, dude. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's-
that's what's so fucking great about it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, like-
For me, Superman is just like, okay, cool, man. You got all the powers.
But the
fuck, man?
crazy
There's no-
thing about it, Superman works, or Clark Kent works a 9-to-5 job, sort of.
and it's
Whereas,
bullshit that no one knows that that's fucking Superman. He just has to put a
but
fucking
he's
pair of
making money
glasses on.
as like a regular Joe, whereas
Yeah.
Bruce has
Yeah.
all the fucking money but has no
he-
powers. So
he
it's
spends all exactly, like he spends all his time, and if you really think about it, Bruce is a doomsday planner because he has a contingency plan for every superhero within Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, he's very
Well, he's got
prepared.
control issues.
Yeah. He's very prepared. I remember I don't know if it was Green Lantern or Superman that asked him, like, when you take away the suit, who are you? And he's like, I'm a billionaire, I'm a detective, I'm trained in this, this, and this. I am an escape artist, I can do this, I can do this, I can do da-da-da-da-da. He just
world's
goes-
greatest detective.
Yes, he's like, I have a degree in criminology, this, and this. He just goes through all this list, and Superman's like, okay, we get it.
Power it down.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
But I have a whole new, and what I like about Batman, and I'll get back to the list, is that there's no definitive female counterpart for him. What I mean by that is that Selena Kyle is there, but his world isn't wrapped up in Selena Kyle.
Unless it's the movies, but that's
Yeah. It's same thing with Talia. Like, Talia compliments him, but he knows that she's not who he needs to be with. I mean, Damian obviously is his offspring, but it's just he knows
those
Talia.
animated movies are so good. Have you seen
Oh,
any
dude,
of those,
I know.
Aaron?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So good.
yeah.
So I can go
Fucking,
on all day about that. Oh,
So the next one I don't know anything about. Number 8, we'll never know the fate of the only female crew member in Green Lantern, the animated series. Did anybody watch that?
I did.
No.
That
All right,
was
so-
2000s.
Yeah, so it came out in 2011. It was a failure so it says, sadly, the failure of the 2011 live action film brought considerably more stellar cartoon down with it. As a result of its premature cancellation, the series accidentally went out on a real low note. In the final episode, Aya, a female identifying artificial intelligence, makes the ultimate sacrifice for the greater good. Left with no other option, she executes a computer virus to destroy all the evil manhunters and is inadvertently killed in the process. Aya's teammate, Razor, refuses to accept that she's really dead, and in the final scene shows him embarking on a mission to find her. However, Viewers will sadly never know whether Aya actually survived the virus, as the show did not receive a second season.
Okay, I'm going to raise a football flag on that one. I thought that ended appropriately. Like, it left it open. I didn't really think of it like a cliffhanger, but
That's fair.
I'm sure a lot of people did, but I didn't. I thought it was a good ending.
Hey, I can go with that. Now,
But
here's
you
the
guys
show.
missed. That's a good show. A lot of these cartoons, because of the nature of what I do, I get introduced to this stuff,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, this is really good. So a lot of these shows, I didn't even see as an adult or as a kid. I saw as an adult. And
Yeah.
that was one of them.
I'm getting reintroduced to a lot of shows right now. Like, this isn't an animated series, but it's based off a comic, The Boys. I'm slowly getting into that. And you know what?
Really good series.
You know what The Boys has done? It has made me realize that we are just over it and inundated with superhero crap. And I like
Yes.
The Boys because it takes a different premise. And I like Billy the Butcher. Like, I like him. I can relate to why these are just average guys who are policing superheroes. I love the
You
first
watched that too, Aaron?
I watched the first season. It sucks. I don't have time to really watch anything, and if I do, I try to put my all in it. I guess.
There's so many shows.
Fuck, man. I made the mistake of watching The Haunting at Bly Manor.
We just finished that Monday.
How was it?
I don't want to fucking watch a Jane Austen fucking novel. That's what it was, man. I fucking hate Jane Austen.
But you liked the first season, though. The first season seemed...
that was terrifying. I shit my pants.
Well, I don't know. You
But
did?
this was not
That is your
scary at
theme
all.
today, Aaron.
Did you
Shitting all over the place.
guys, so is it just
But a
what
theme
is
of
it?
shit my pants. Yeah.
So what, so is it a movie or is it a series?
Oh, it's a
or-
series on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the second
But
season,
it's
and just like Aaron alluded, it's
no, it's
more-
a story within itself. There's no it's not like the second season.
Oh, that's
of-
true. That's right.
Okay. I
They
have
took-
to check it out.
So is that
It's
an
based
anthology?
on the book. What the hell is it? Fuck, I can't remember the actual name of the book, but it has nothing to do with the Hill House hauntings. That was terrifying. Legitimately scared the crap out of me. This one just reminds me of like a fucking Jane Austen, or
Yes.
the others.
Yeah.
The others. That's what it reminded me of. It's just like I want to be creeped
Oh,
out.
the
this
others
season.
was better than this.
Oh
The
yeah.
Others, is that the one with
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys.
At least that was kind of scary.
Actually, no. I was gonna say like because I have a couple, but I think they're on your list.
Well, can I just get this one last one out the way?
Yeah.
This one is kind of a blast from the past, and I don't think a lot of people knew about that. Reboot. You guys remember
Oh
Reboot?
yeah. Yep. That's
No.
that was one of the things I used to watch that shit all the time.
Reboot was like it was a 1994 CGI cartoon that came
Yep.
on. It took place inside of a computer, so it's almost like a combination of Wreck-It Ralph and The Matrix and Mega Man. I forget what Mega Man. And
I pulled
but
it up. I kind of
It's-
remember this.
Yeah,
All right.
similar to, and that whole thing, like it was just they were throwing because the internet was about to start up, so they're just throwing out terms like virus,
Yeah.
megabox, like all this, like
yeah,
I don't know, cool terms for a computer.
Oh yeah. So this one took place in 1994.
Damn, it's been
CGI,
that long?
and it was a first for TV animation. The stylistic choice was made intentionally and was meant to reflect the series' world of computer systems and viruses. Unfortunately, fans had to wait 7 long years for the series finale, Crouching Biome Hidden Virus, which nonetheless ended.
Say that again? What?
Crouching Biome Hidden Virus.
Holy
A
smokes.
play on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Which nonetheless ended the show on a shockingly dark cliffhanger. Megabyte, a Trojan horse virus that serves as the show's big bad, outmaneuvers the heroes to infect the principal office and is posed to hunt them all down. Though the creator confirmed that a resolution was planned, fans still have no idea when that might be. So, this might be one of those shows where if they ever do bring the final solution to TV, people probably won't care.
You know, they
Yeah.
did do something on Netflix that
Oh,
was
did they?
reboot or yeah, but it's nothing like this. It's a totally different story. It's fucking stupid.
Okay.
It only
So it's
lasted, as
something
far as I
totally
know, it
different.
only lasted a season. It's totally different, but it still has kind of the similar premise.
Yes.
And there's like villains in it that are similar, but it's just garbage. It's garbage. Well, I have the two more or less. I think the ones that we'll end on, but I'll talk about this one, Pirates of Darkwater. Yeah, did you ever watch that Pirates
Hell
of
no.
Darkwater?
When did
Okay,
it,
neither
when did
did
it
I.
come out? Oh, you didn't.
This
either?
came out. Well, no, I watched like the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, oh, fuck this shit, man. I'm gonna watch Ren and Stimpy. It came out like around like '94 or something. It aired on ABC. The first season was consisting of 13 episodes. Altogether, it was only 21 episodes. So the
2
last
seasons,
season had
then.
eight. Yeah, had 8 episodes. Basically, it's like it's a futuristic world, almost like Waterworld, but it's these pirates that are going around. They got to find these treasures to save the world. Last episode is like basically they're fucking around on this Amazon island, and they need to
Literally?
get rescued. Yeah, it's like an Amazon island, like not Amazon the company, like
No, I
Jeff
meant they-
Bezos
you
isn't
said
there being all
literally
bald
they're-
and fucking.
fucking around on that island.
Yeah. Oh
hey,
shit. Yeah.
cool
No,
now.
dude. That's my dream.
I see. I pulled it up, and no, I don't recognize it, but I see it has some video games attached to it.
It did. It did relatively well, and they did cancel it. And basically, the whole premise is that they have to get these 13 treasures, or otherwise the world will end. And they only got 8, so the world of Pirates of Darkwater perished.
Wait, that's how it ended.
No, they just didn't get the rest of the treasure. It's just like literally. The
so it
series
wasn't
stopped.
even a cliffhanger then.
No, it wasn't. It's just that they're all dead in whatever world that they're in because they didn't get all the treasures. Fucking.
Well, what was the last episode? Were they like about? Were they?
They
still
were
on
about
the
to get
quest?
another treasure. I think they might have gotten the treasure. It was a fucking garbage show. It wasn't
Oh.
great, but the toys were cool. And
The toys
so
do look cool. I pulled them up.
The big one that I wanted to talk about was Mighty Max.
Fuck yeah.
I watched this show on a constant basis. Every morning, I think it was like after Pokemon and whatnot, it was Mighty Max was on. Based off of, it was a toy line first, pocket-sized toy line that you could very well swallow and choke to death on.
Yep.
Which it no longer exists, but they were little action figures and play sets called Mighty Max. Those reached Toy Store in 1992. A year later, the TV show hit the air, adding surprisingly rich backstory and mythology to those cheap plastic toys. Basically, it's a Viking and a fucking
A fowl.
owl.
It was a
He's
fowl.
a foul. He's a foul.
He's a fowl.
hated to be called a
but-
chicken.
Foul.
Let me see here.
That was
Max.
Tony J was the voice of that character.
He was.
Mighty Max.
No,
No, the fowl.
of the
Oh, the fowl. Oh.
I forget it.
Rob Paulson was the voice of Mighty Max.
Yeah, who
the
also
voice
did-
of Raphael and
Yep.
the
Pinky
voice of
and
Pinky.
Yeah.
So early in the show, Max mysteriously receives a hieroglyphic-covered statue that contains an ancient teleportation-enabling baseball cap.
Yes.
And you think
That's all it
that,
is.
You think that baseball cap was a fitted cap, or was it like one of those snap-on caps?
Snap
was
on.
important to me.
Wasn't it? Oh
Was
no,
it
it was
fitted?
a snap-on because
It was
his
snap.
hair would poke out the back
Yep.
of it.
It enabled him to do battle with a hideous magical monster called the Skullmaster.
Voiced by
Tim Curry.
With Tim Curry, yeah.
Yes,
there we go.
yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Tim Curry. Mighty Max was one of the most violent kids shows of the era, which it was because people constantly got fucking killed on that show.
Yes.
Skullmaster was just decimating people.
Oh, he was ruthless. He was
Dude,
great.
Graphically.
My-
No, I was going to say graphically. He killed him graphically.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, disgusting fucking... I think there was... I don't know if it was a disemboweling, but he, like... There was, incinerations constantly.
Yes.
And then in the last episode, the Skullmaster even kills Max's friends.
Yes, he did.
The fowl, a prophetic fowl named Virgil, and a Viking named Norman. But Norman was eaten by a spider, which Skullmaster brought about. But yeah, he ends up getting devoured by something that he is terrified of, from what I
Yes.
understand.
That's right, he is.
Norman does not like spiders. That I do remember. Like, he was not a fan of spiders. So when it came time for him to sacrifice himself for the chosen one, he was dreading that it was a spider. Because Norman, I think what his claim to fame is that every hero in history, that's who he was. He was Hercules. He was Samson.
Well, they based it off of him. I think he was like a Viking
Norman
or some
was
shit.
like Norman was immortal, so he had all these different times in history where he was these characters.
Hey, John, quick trivia to you. Who
right.
voices Norman?
Give me a hint. I don't know.
Night Court.
Oh, Bull?
Yes. Good damn, John. You got it. He also played he also did the voice of Two-Face on Batman, which we
No
talked
kidding.
about. Yeah, we talked about earlier in the show.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. I just looked that up today. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
Let me see here. Okay, so they all die. That leaves Max for the first time left to face alone the Skullmaster. He's unable to vanquish him by himself until he remembers that he can traverse space-time and everything else with his enchanted baseball cap, which he uses to travel back into time, the events of the first Mighty Max episode. As a result of his Lost-like manipulation, Max at first thinks he's experiencing deja vu, but then figures out that he's actually reliving history, and he goes forth to relive the entire series over again. So,
As a kid, did you get that? Because when I was a kid, I didn't comprehend that.
I did. I comprehended it, but I'm like, what, are they just gonna fucking, like, do the series over again?
That's what I thought.
And
See, that's what I
yeah,
meant. I
and
didn't
that
comprehend that was the end of the show.
Yeah.
So I was sad. I'm like, wait, you gonna show us what really happened, right?
Yes, because as a kid, you want an ending. You can't fathom that, okay, I need to imagine what happened with the rest. That's kind of like, what movie was that? The Iron Giant. I hated how that ended, man.
I never seen that.
The Iron Giant was Vin Diesel was the voice of the giant robot, and Johnny Depp was in it, and it's like
Aaron already tapped out.
Yeah, no, it's just like the Iron Giant talking about family and driving fast cars and everything.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
wait,
but-
I hate that
but
fucking asshole.
still in the end, though, even though Mighty Max is armed with this new knowledge or the knowledge that he gained, Virgil and Norman, they're still dead, right? That's what I
Yeah,
got.
they're dead in that
in
time frame.
Even in the
If
time
you're-
frame that he went back to, right?
Okay, so if you're going based off of like time travel as in like quantum physics, we'll say, well, similar to Marvel, the version in a sense, that time period still happens.
Yes.
Max is basically how to explain it. They're dead in that time frame.
Right.
He goes back
That's a
and now they're
that's a whole nother
Yeah.
universe.
and I don't know, man. Because I remember the ending. He like the baseball cap comes off, and Skullmaster has it, and then it becomes this like weird,
It's
like
a crown.
yeah, it's a crown, which like would have been cooler, but you know, it's Mighty Max and fucking kid. You know, what did he face? He faced Lava Monster in that too, which helped him out, and that guy got decimated,
Yes.
like pretty crazily. Like he got buried under the ground or something, and it was a pretty intense death.
It took
and
me
then-
about three times rewatching that episode to just finally come to terms. Like, wow, this is it. There's no more episodes. I kept rewatching it as a kid, thinking I missed something. Like,
Yeah.
Virgil's not really dead. Norman's not, he's not really dead. But
I never understood that. I know I missed when you guys were talking about Pirates. That one did have an ending, but it was in the video game, and I didn't like that. Like, it
Oh, I
sucked.
didn't even know. I just thought that the whole planet was done.
No, Pirates of Dark
'Cause they didn't get the
Water-
treasure.
Pirates of Dark Water, their finale was in the Sega Genesis game. Pirates
that's
of
the
Dark
game that
Water.
I saw when I looked it up.
they collected all the jewels of rule and were able to put the world where it needed to be, get rid of the dark water. But I just thought that was a cop out.
But you
Yeah,
needed
fuck that.
a Genesis to actually get the story.
Yes, so
That's
pretty
some
much
bullshit.
that's what it was. You know what? It's kind of like how Inspector Gadget, the cartoon series, revealed Dr. Claw on the video game. I thought that was a cop out.
Oh, so it was bait. So
Yeah.
if you're a kid, you would beg your parents, "Hey, give me this
yeah.
game."
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's diabolical. And Mighty Max was a vehicle for the toys, but the show was so good that it
Yes.
stood by itself.
Yes.
That's what it
Mighty
should
Max
be.
had a really good episode where they had a caveman. They found a caveman and this saber-toothed tiger that were both irradiated by a meteor that hit. So this caveman was a lot stronger than normal, and this saber-toothed tiger was a lot stronger than normal. And Max and this caveman start to bond, and the show ends with the caveman and the saber-tooth locked in Mortal Kombat. That was the only way he could. They were equally matched, and the only way to end that show was them two locked in combat and falling somewhere. I forget the correct ending, but it was something like that.
But
Max
you
was
never
kinda
know.
sad.
You never knew
You
who
never
won.
know what happened.
Oh, that's
the one
fucking
can't
great.
overpower the other. Yeah.
Huh.
It's
Hey,
kinda like
did
how
you guys
Sherlock
ever?
ended. Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you guys ever play a game? Well, it was called my version of Pirates of Darkwater. You go into a public pool, you take a shit, and then you just splash it over your. See how quickly people get it?
no.
Pirates of Darkwater. No.
Anybody?
Fuck.
Anybody? You?
No. Just you, Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's. I have a thing with shit. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I have two honorable mentions.
Yes.
Oh yes.
It was first. It was going to be Batman Beyond because
Okay.
that
Yeah.
ending was fucked up until we got the epilogue a little later. And then another one was this little known. I don't know if you guys watched this, but back in '98 or '99, Mortal Kombat had a TV show.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yep.
that.
Either you hated it or you loved it, and
Okay.
I felt kind of like in the middle. And at the end, there was like this cliffhanger. And to give you a little backstory, it's basically the prequel to the first Mortal Kombat game that came
Yes.
out in the early '90s. So it was based on Kung Lao, the first chosen
Yeah.
one in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So basically, you go through this journey where, Kung Lao goes through the tournament, beats Shang Tsung, the sorcerer.
Shang Tsung.
What did I say?
Shang Tsung.
I just ordered a number 5
like-
at the Chinese restaurant. Sour,
Too
sweet and sour
legit to
chicken.
quit.
I don't know shit. Whatever that motherfucker's name is. Anyway, the show ends, and I actually discovered today that it was kind of popular because it came on right after wrestling on TNT.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
But at the end, basically, Shao Kahn kills everybody.
Oh wow.
And it just pretty much ended that way. And Raiden becomes like Shao Kahn's slave and makes
Oh
him
my gosh.
literally bow in front of him. And it just cuts off. And
Oh wow.
before it
dude.
cuts off, though, I didn't even mention, before Raiden bows in front of Shao Kahn, he unveils this huge treasure chest. And in it, he shows Raiden like, this is Kung Lao's shirt. I killed that guy. This is so-and-so. I killed that guy. And then Raiden bows and the show ends. And then I'm like, damn, that's the
You
end?
know what movie had a screw? Well, this isn't. We're talking about TV series, but now that we're talking about things that ended a certain kind of way, I was looking at the production for Little Shop of Horrors with everybody's favorite dad,
The 80s
What,
version?
Rick Moranis? You just
Rick
got
Moranis.
decked on the streets in New York.
I know that was kind of messed up.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? He got
Rick
decked?
Moranis got knocked the fuck out.
He was walking through New York
Damn.
and got somebody randomly decked him, which I thought was crazy because it's like, it's Rick Moranis. Dude's been out of the spotlight for ages, and then all of a sudden he comes back and that's the first thing, like, welcome to 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, in the original Little Shop of Horrors, the original ending was Audrey eats Seymour. So he eats Seymour, and the three girls that are singing. Martin's girl and Pam.
Yeah,
Gina.
Gina
Tisha
and Pam.
Campbell.
Yeah, they're singing, and they sing. What ended up happening next was the guy comes and remember that guy says, "Hey, you know, plants are public property, you know, blah blah blah." So he ends up collecting samples of Audrey, and they start selling little Audreys out of the stores, and people start getting so consumed by what the plant can do that more Audreys start taking over and eating the entire planet. And the movie ends with Audrey 2 like ginormous and the tendrils encompassing the Statue of Liberty, and she's laughing or he's laughing. And then the movie then ends with his head busting through the screen, laughing and stuff like that. But test
That
audiences
would have been fucking awesome.
I would have watched it. Test audiences were really depressed after that, so then they reshot it with Seymour winning. So,
Oh,
and
jeez,
that's
man.
what bothers me with audiences. Like, they only want one ending. They want one ending where the protagonist has to win. Like, it's okay to lose. You know, like, it's
I don't
alright.
think that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
I would say, like, back in the day, definitely.
Yeah.
You always had to have the
what's
good
the
guy
case
win
now?
or get the. Doesn't matter. Anything's on the table.
Yeah.
I think you could have like your protagonist become a villain.
Yeah.
Like fucking look at Game of Thrones and all that shit. Well,
Oh,
other
yeah,
than the
dude.
last season.
And I was rooting for Daenerys because I was like,
I
man,
was too.
Daenerys came from a very rough point where she was being, you know, brutalized, and then all the
Spoiler
way-
alert for
Yeah,
anybody.
spoiler alert. She goes to Slaver's Bay. She breaks the wheel there, only to come to King's Landing and be killed by another
She
character I like, Jon
doesn't
Snow.
even get to sit on the fucking throne. That
I know,
will
dude.
always bother me. She couldn't even
bothered
be
me-
on that
it bothered
motherfucker for
me
2
too.
seconds.
It bothered me too. Like, I think making Bran the heir was just a cop out.
I liked it
But
at
will
first,
say-
but I don't like
Who
it
has a
anymore.
more impressive story than Bran the Broken?
Everybody,
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But you know what,
everybody.
fucking stupid.
My favorite part of that whole thing was Arya. I just like Arya. When
Yes.
Arya killed the Night King, like when she jumped out of there and
Did the Jordan symbol and killed his ass.
yeah.
No, I was gonna say, man, that whole season pissed me off. What they
Yeah.
could have done with Arya was, like the guy that she was serving, the man with whatever many faces, and then nothing after that. But we could. That's a whole other fucking.
I know.
subject, 'cause
I
now they
was
got the-
I was just
Yeah,
about to go
yeah.
on a tirade.
That's
Because even
prequel.
Arya disappointed me.
They're doing the prequel shit, and it's
Yeah.
like
I heard they
but
canceled
no one's
that.
asking for it.
I
Yeah.
think they canceled that, Aaron.
The writers were going
No, they didn't.
They
They
did.
had an issue because the writers were going to do another show
Right.
that got blackballed, and it was called Confederate, where
Oh,
the world,
maybe that's what
where
it
the-
was.
Yeah, so Confederate was written by a black couple,
Mm-hmm.
TV producer couple, who said, "Let's do the world, let's do the U.S. if it was won by the South, and what would happen." And people were like, "Oh, we don't want to see that." Da 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 da. And you
They
know,
did
it's
that
kinda
for the
like-
Nazis in that
yeah,
show,
the Man
High
in the High
Castle.
Tower. The
Yeah,
Man
or
in the High Tower.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Castle,
that's the problem.
I'm a dick.
Have
you seen that, Aaron?
Animation, or,
Man in the
excuse me,
High Castle, because I've read the short
The book?
story
Oh,
that it's
okay.
based off of.
Yeah, the problem with, and you know, it goes back to what you said at the beginning of the series with reboots. The problem is that when you do come up with an idea, the general populace cancels it before you even get a chance to get it off the ground. Like, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of that type of thinking, but to see a show like that would have been
Very
I mean,
provocative.
they just did Antebellum. Antebellum was pretty much that. Antebellum, yeah, that's all that was. If you, I
It
don't
was
wanna
fucking
spoil
good.
It. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen that.
And it got bad reviews.
just
I
came
couldn't
out.
believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a total it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that though, they shot that down, but the reason why they finished Game of Thrones so quickly
Yeah.
was because they had that Star Wars money. Well, they took that away
Yeah.
as soon as they saw what they did with season 8. But
Yeah.
there is a prequel series that was announced and that is coming out, but they have nothing to do with it.
Yes. And what about what was the other
That's
show?
interesting.
What was the other show that got canceled and it was really good? Watchmen. They said Watchmen was good, but it got canceled.
I was just. you just alluded to something that I was just about to bring up, because that's probably my number one superhero show of all time. And
Yeah.
it didn't start
Watchmen?
off that way, but I
Yeah.
even like that better
it was
than
so
The Boys.
fucking good.
Yeah,
So-
Regina King finds an engine that really works for her.
Yes.
And they cancel it. I just was so perturbed by that.
The whole
And-
thing too, they brought to light that hasn't been brought to light for a while was the whole Tulsa massacre.
Absolutely.
Yes. And, you know, I will say, and I mean, we're not getting anything for it, but they just started an internet bank in honor of that town that got burned. And it's a African American owned bank. Anybody can open an account with it, but it's the first internet black owned bank named Greenwood.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Being on
So-
the internet, I mean, it's just that scares
Oh
me.
yeah, I mean they don't have a brick and mortar yet, but you got to start somewhere, you know.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. But as
But-
far as that show is concerned and how it ended,
Yeah,
I'm okay with it how it ended, because it felt like I can fantasize what happens next.
yes.
It didn't,
like-
and you know what I mean? Like, I like that. And it was so good. I feel like a second or third season couldn't do better
Yeah,
than that first season.
Well, I know
it was so
Alan
good.
Moore.
Alan Moore didn't have anything to do with the show.
But he
did
didn't. Yeah, he didn't like it, and I'm like, well, you're an old racist kook anyway, so it's like,
Doesn't
go fuck
I
yourself.
don't want to start
really?
rumors, but
Is he
doesn't
really?
he?
Well, no, he's really
I heard he
into
worships
the
a
left hand
snake.
path,
Yeah,
like magic and stuff, like magic with a K, like the I wouldn't say devil worship or anything,
Yeah,
but
he
like
Worships supposedly,
Occult.
allegedly, he worships a snake, a snake
wow.
god.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's if you read the Book of the Law, which I own, like it
course
has a
you
lot
do.
to do with that. It's like, yeah, no, man, it's fucking
he's
Aleister
got
Crowley.
a new show coming out. He's got a new movie coming out too. He's got a new movie coming out. Did
Who?
you guys see
Alan
that?
Moore?
Alan Moore, yeah. I sent
No.
you guys the clip. I think.
Man, you send us like 100 things a day, man. I'll be all,
I fucking love it, man.
I'll be high or blue.
Bipolar, man. Like
Yeah, I'm okay
like,
with
in
it.
when I'm in the zone, my bipolar takes over and it's like, oh, they might like this. Oh, they might like this.
I do. I like all of it. It's just
I'm completely okay with it.
Yeah. Hey, but real quick, this last one, I want to add this one too. I didn't watch the show. I knew of the show. I just didn't watch it. Number 12 on this list was Avatar. I didn't do 11 because nobody knows what WITCH was, the TV show Witch. I never heard of that. And 10 was Mighty Max. But number 12 was the way Avatar ended.
I hated the movie, so
Yeah. in
Wait,
the
which?
Which, yeah, W.I.T.C.H.
Oh.
Which, that's the name of the show.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that. It was an Italian comic series that was turned into a 2000s cartoon series about these teen girls who become the guardians of the veil, who use elemental powers to preserve different fantasy. That almost sounds like Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders.
I was gonna say, fuck
calling
that shit,
myself
man.
out.
Where's my ninjas?
Yeah, so Avatar condemns his enemy to a fate worse than death in the Avatar Last Airbender. So, although Avatar is epic in scope of features and features some richly complex characterization, the Nickelodeon series still managed to work in plenty of gags and silliness for younger viewers to enjoy. In the same vein, the show also succeeded in conveying the brutality of war without ever getting too graphic. With several prominent characters, it's like my dog is walking around with high heels on. Those are
this
the nails.
guy, the whole show has been tap dancing behind you, like
she
tap, tap, tap,
has
tap.
she has long nails. I know. So in the final showdown between Aang and the Fire Lord Ozai, I might be saying that long, Ozai, Ozai. The Last Airbender writers found a pretty creative way to punish the series villain. Rather than kill him, Aang takes all his powers away, forcing Ozai to live on as a shadow of his former self. If Aang had taken Ozai's life, the sequence might have been hard for young viewers to process, but a lifetime of punishment honestly seems worse than a quick death. So that's how that one ended. I never watched that show, but I heard really good stuff
Me
about
too.
Yeah.
But I saw the live action film, and I'm like, why would I want to watch the cartoon? Like this sucked.
You got to watch it with like riff tracks.
Rift
Avatar.
tracks?
Yeah, riff tracks. It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah.
Holy
that-
shit! It is so
Dude.
much better with that because it is impossible to watch just by itself.
Yes.
Who directed that? That was Lama, right?
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
Sorry, I didn't mean to brutalize his name. I don't want to get canceled, but I
That's a fuck
Like,
that shit.
if that's the thing that cancels you, man, just put me
no,
off.
that wasn't
crazy.
unfair. I'm sorry. It was
I'm
Shyamalan.
probably more likely to get canceled before.
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
definitely you. Definitely. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's agreeing on that one.
Because you know what's funny is another famous podcaster who I won't say his name. He's a announcer for a certain sport. You see what happened when he got on Spotify? Like they just.
Oh, do you
ravaged
mean
his
Toe
catalog.
Sogan?
Yeah, they just ravaged his catalog. Like the people he could normally interview, even though they were controversial, he's just been getting his catalog just creamed. So,
One of the best episodes is when Alex Jones returns.
Yeah.
That is to me is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard.
I might
'cause
have
he is
seen
insane.
somebody.
it's no way you can take him for real. Outside of what he did with Sandy Hook, you cannot take him for real. That dude is a caricature of a comic book villain. I do not find anything that he says.
His
to be
earlier
relevant.
stuff.
Yeah.
His earlier stuff. You could take that like you. You could
Talking about
definitely
Alex
look at
Jones
that.
now, right?
Alex
Yes.
Jones, yeah.
Okay. The kind of bigger
I think
guy.
I think he's fucking hilarious. I don't believe a goddamn thing that comes out of his
Yeah,
mouth
like
anymore.
The idea that the water is turning the frogs gay, or what was the other thing he was saying?
Actually,
Like-
that was proven to be true.
oh, was it?
Which
really?
Wow.
is yeah, they're actually the frogs male. Yeah, they're it's
No,
weird.
take us-
I
take
actually
us
I
through
did
it.
the
Through
research
us,
on it,
Aaron.
and I can't remember the article, but they were actually saying that male frogs like were
Smashing
Really?
each
if
other.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, smashing.
Wow.
But
You know, I
it's
need
not
to do
every
a
single
deep
one.
Dive onto that one.
Not everything
Drain
that
the
he says
swamp.
is true. A lot of
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy, but it's like the whole, like Hillary Clinton and Obama smelling like sulfur. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty sure Barack Obama smells like the greatest of perfumes and like
You think he
Calvin
wears
Klein.
perfume?
the Pizzagate.
Not
the
well,
pizza-
like just sprays and
The
shit. I don't know.
Pizzagate thing was
Calvin Klein.
outrageous. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
Pizzagate thing was outrageous, and it had real world effects because somebody went there and threatened people. So
No, he shot
yeah,
into the fucking place,
yeah,
trying to kill pedophile Democrats, right?
yeah.
And then Fox, fuck this. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're a
okay.
nostalgia podcast, but it's like, it's hard not to say how fucking retarded, sorry, the GOP is.
Cancel,
And I'm not
cancel.
using that against handicapped people.
Yeah.
I'm saying that is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm done talking about politics.
Yes.
Fuck
But
that.
Let's put this disclaimer on the end. Not all conservatives are like that. There are some people who think for themselves and they just go along to get along. But I don't want people thinking that's listening that every conservative is that way.
Oh, definitely
But-
not. Because I even
Yeah.
know some Democrats that are fucking full of shit.
I know, man. I know. Like, it's wild, dude. Like,
Sometimes
Liberals.
I'm full of shit.
You're not full of shit, bruh. You speak the truth.
yeah, it goes on both sides, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's loonies on both sides. And
I don't
know,
see how you identify either or nowadays.
You can't.
It's like a gang
because
mentality. I don't like that.
It
shit.
is like the idea that Antifa is any different than, I guess. Let me rephrase that. These people go to war on purpose. I'm not going to say that it's just Antifa, but these Proud Boys, whoever you want to call it, the anti-Proud Boys who go to these rallies, they go there to go toe-to-toe with each other. They're not there to just practice their civic duty of public speech or free speech. I'm fine if you want to go and protest and have free speech. That is your God-given right. But the audacity that your way of life has to encroach on my way of life is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just
The
think
best
that,
thing, I was going to say, the best thing that we can do is, I consider myself, my party is the party of Bazooka Joe. I
like
take my
that.
cues.
Yeah,
I
I
take
like
my
that one.
cues, political beliefs from Bazooka Joe rappers.
Yeah.
and chew the bubble gum. That is what we do.
I am in the party of the oncoming meteor, which isn't that far away. Have you guys heard about that? The
Yeah,
meteor?
it's supposed to be the size of a refrigerator. That's what
I thought
said.
that already passed.
No, it's supposed to hit on
It's
election
supposed to
day.
buzz cut us. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you know what, dude? I'm kind of content with my life at this point. Like, if it happens, I'm gonna be like, you know what? It is what it is. Like,
It'll be like that dinosaurs last
yeah.
episode where
Yeah.
the lights were just cut off.
Hey, I'm just
What'd
saying
be
right
funny
now. I'm gonna
is-
keep that.
What'd be
I gotta
funny
keep.
is if it comes by, they announce who wins, like, and it hits.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, we got
Okay.
4 more years. Oh, here comes the meteor. Oh, it was a landslide for Biden. Oh, it just passed by.
All right, guys. I
Aaron
gotta
looks like
whisper
he's in a
on
Blair
this one.
White Witch
Yeah.
I gotta
episode.
whisper on this one.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
they give us like 24 hours notice, you better believe I'm gonna be out there eating all the ass I can.
Oh my
Just
god.
fucking, just slamming.
Aaron is calling the
slamming.
shot.
Yeah, hey, you do what you got to do, man.
I'm going to
Yeah.
whisper.
Well,
gently.
if I have my kids, I won't be doing that. Yes. We're gonna get fucked up.
It'll
and
be like The
smoke a ton of
Walking
weed.
Dead, but it'd be just the walking ass eaters. It's just
Yeah, just going around munching as much ass as we can.
Oh my god. It's gonna be like when they give you 24-hour notice. It's gonna be like that scene, the orgy scene in Sausage Party.
oh yeah.
Everybody's just gonna be going nuts.
We say this, but in reality, we'll probably just end up like getting really high, getting Taco Bell, be like, fuck it.
So just a normal day.
At that point,
Yeah.
it just is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be mad. The dinosaurs had their shot. We had ours. It's time to go
Mm-hmm.
on. Like, I'm not.
Yeah. Fuck
Who's
it.
next though? Like, would the reptiles come out of the water and
No,
and
cockroaches, man.
So
Cockroaches.
the
That's
cockroaches
right.
would take over at that point.
Yep.
They would take over, and then they would fill in and become the predominant species on Earth. And then
They create their own culture,
they create their own
stories.
That would be so interesting.
It
to
would
the
be.
fly.
Then they'll have shows about us and
Yeah.
how we fucked up.
Yeah. It'll be. You know what'll happen? The meteor will hit, and it'll be a Cronenberg effect. So what'll happen is you'll have a whole bunch of these humanoid insect hybrids.
Yes.
I just watched The Fly the other day. Not that I had not already seen it, but my
I haven't seen that
God,
in years.
that makeup is fantastic, man. Like,
It's really good.
when it gets to the end and he turns into the asymmetrical blinky thingy, it was just so...
John, why are you doing this to me? That you just reminded me how gross that movie was,
know
especially
it
as a
was.
kid. I don't know how
Did
I
you
saw
know
that.
it was an analogy for the AIDS pandemic? Did you know
No,
that?
nah,
Yeah.
come on, man.
His
I was like 8 years old.
His decomposure and everything that was going on, it was somewhat of an analogy for AIDS.
Jesus,
That's what I was reading in the production notes.
That's pretty
So-
smart
Really?
writing.
Yeah. And then you have Fly 2, and that just sucked. So
I didn't see that one. I just remember the first one. That's how I got introduced to
Eric
Goldblum.
Eric Stoltz was in Fly 2. And you know what's crazy, dude? Eric Stoltz, I like him as an actor. A lot of people don't. He almost was Michael J. Fox in Marty
No.
McFly. He was almost Marty McFly, dude.
I can't imagine anybody
They did
being
the test
Marty.
video. He was almost Marty McFly, yeah.
So he goes
All
from
right,
Fly
gents.
to being possibly Marty McFly. That's
Huh? He
So
went
he
from
would've been-
Fly to being
Marty.
almost-
That would have been funny though. Aaron, you gotta go. Sign us off,
Yep,
Aaron.
I gotta head out, my
Eating
guys.
some
All right,
ass.
man. So I think that is a wrap. And, hey, it was great to get back on the mic. You know,
Yeah,
we had
man.
like 2 weeks off. For those who are listening out there, I'm a full-time student. So, I've been balls deep in midterms. But, yeah,
Literally.
we'll be back to full scope. And then I'm hoping the next, episode or so from now, I'll be in Detroit so we can do one live. We'll do it live.
And I'll be in my new place. I won't even be here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll do one from
Shit.
Detroit, man. Maybe we'll go down to like Cass Corridor.
holy shit.
Oh, fuck, dude.
No,
Everything's
that was-
shut down downtown right now.
Perfect
It's
time
fucking
to go,
ghost
man.
town.
I was just about to say shit. But anyway,
All right,
sign us
y'all.
out.
All right, guys. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey guys, it's Aaron. You think you could do me a big fave? Wherever you're listening to this right now, rate and subscribe. Find new episodes every Wednesday where you listen to podcasts, and look for us on all the social media sites and Gmail at After School Special Podcast at Gmail, After School Special Podcast at Instagram and Facebook, and After School SPE3 on Twitter.
It'll
And
be like The
smoke a ton of
Walking
weed.
Dead, but it'd be just the walking ass eaters. It's just
Yeah, just going around munching as much ass as we can.
Oh my God.